everyone. Hello mga ka-Fredsters. It's another day and it's another journey with your teacher, ka-Freddy, at your service. Magandang umaga, magandang gabi, magandang tanghali sa inyong lahat mga ka-Fredsters, and welcome back to my live stream episode dito sa Jordy with Freddy. So mga ka-Fredsters, thank you for tuning in, and again, I am so happy to be back doing live stream sa sobrang busy mga ka-Fredsters. So, ano nga ba yung pag-uusapan natin, or what are we going to talk about for today's live stream episode? We are going to talk about how to become a UK teacher or qualified teacher here in the United Kingdom. So we are going to look at how are you going to be a qualified QTS, especially mga ka-professors, meron ng new legislation na nilabas ang UK government. So, para mas maganahan tayo at para mas makover natin ang lahat ng questions ninyo, just to inform you mga ka-professors that UK or the DFE or the Department for Education here in the United Kingdom uh, open its door to overseas teachers. So meron ng 9 newly eligible countries ang pwedeng mag-apply for QTS. So yan yung mga pag-uusapan natin. So mga ka-Fredsters, I prepared a presentation so at least mako-cover ko lahat ng mga tanong ninyo kasi ang daming nagtatanong sa aking Facebook page and sa aking YouTube channel how to become a teacher, especially that the UK government, like I said, released a legislation about overseas teachers. So um, we are going to look at the eligibility. So we're going to check your eligibility to apply for QTS or qualified teaching status in England. Now, mga professors, please bear in mind that we are just going to look at England. So as you all know, UK is divided into 4 countries, or that's why it's called Union of Countries. That is Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and England. So ano yung mga process of qualifying to become a teacher or qualified teacher in those countries they differ basically mga professors. So sa ating mga um, kababayan na nasa Scotland, meron silang tinatawag na GTR. So ganun din naman dito sa sa England. So may tinatawag na Teaching Regulation Agency or TRA. So yun yung mga pag-uusapan natin mga ka-Fredsters for today's live stream episode. And like I said, mga Fresters, if you are new to my channel, please make sure to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell. And maraming salamat sa 2,200, I think 284 subscribers I have at the moment. So we are growing, and maraming salamat for your trust na magbigay ako ng information sa inyo about United Kingdom, especially teaching here in the United Kingdom. Ano nga ba yung pag-usapan natin for this episode mga ka-Freshers? Kung titignan niyo mga ka-Freshers, wala akong in-invite na guest for today simply because I tried to contact universities as well, but unfortunately they are really busy on a Saturday and I cannot really do, live stream during weekdays kasi syempre nagtuturo pa rin tayo mga ka-Freshers. So please, kung flexible yung schedule niyo, please make sure to watch. Please make sure to watch my live stream episode on a weekend, which is basically either Saturday or Sunday. So, I'm going to give you an update anyway kung kailan ako magla-live stream. So, pero I hope na makapag-live stream ako next week or a week after where I'm going to discuss IQTS, which is another topic. So for today's episode, mga Fresters, I would like to cover the following areas. Why Philippines is not part of the newly eligible countries to apply for QTS in England. Most of you, mga Fresters, are asking question and sending me messages on my Facebook page. Bakit, or may iba medyo sad Kasi, yun nga hindi part ang Philippines sa eligible countries. Bakit nga ba hindi naging part ang Philippines, ah, to become part of the, qualified teachers? Especially alam naman natin lahat na maraming nagtuturo, maraming mga Pinoy na nagtuturo abroad. I mean, not just here in the United Kingdom, marami akong kakilalang teacher sa Middle East, sa ibang part ng Asia, and of course sa United States. So, yun ang pag-uusapan natin. Bakit nga ba? Okay? So, magandang magandang topic 'to. So, kung meron kayong comment, if you have any comments, or questions, please make sure to use the comment section on my YouTube channel or sa Facebook page ko, and then we're going to put it here on the live stream. Yan, naka-receive ako ng heart from Jose Cabatanya III. Maraming maraming salamat sa inyong suporta. Maraming maraming salamat sa mga nanonood din sa ating Facebook channel. And the next question na i-cover natin, or next topic na i-cover natin, yung 9 new countries become 7 eligible. Bakit nga ba? Kung mapapansin niyo yung mga ka-Fredsters, if you are really up to date in terms of, the QTS, and if you really, keen applying for QTS, mapapansin niyo nag-iba yung countries sa yung newly eligible countries. If you've noticed, mga ka-Fredsters, when I uploaded my live stream episode, or when I uploaded my video about updating you on the 1st of Feb, that there are 9 new eligible countries. That's why, mga ka-Fredsters, naglaylo muna ako, and to make sure that I'm going to do a research before I update you, mga ka-Fredsters. And these 9 new countries now naging 7 na lang. So, bakit nga ba, o nasaan na yung dalawang countries na yun? So, pag-usapan din natin yan. And of course, marami sa inyo nagtatanong what's going to be the application process. I'm going to give you an overview. So what I did is I did a screenshot of those questions na naka-publish sa website ng UK government. And of course, mga ka-Fredsters, marami sa inyo, as you I know marami sa inyo na nag-try na rin. So if you have something to share with us for today's live stream episode, please do so para makatulong din tayo sa mga kababayan natin. And also, I'm going to give you my honest opinion, because marami sa atin nagtatanong, ano nga ba ang future ng mga Pinoy in terms of, teaching abroad, especially sa Europe, or especially sa United Kingdom. Makakapagturo nga ba ako, ka-Freddy, as a teacher dyan sa United Kingdom? So pag-uusapan natin yan. Bibigay ko sa inyo yung honest opinion ko, and I'm going to give you, because mga ka-Fredsters, if you've noticed that, my journey here in the United Kingdom is from scratch talaga. And I came from, of course, Philippines, then I moved to Bahrain to teach, and then I applied for HSMP, or yung tinatawag na Tier 1 visa before going to the UK. So, titignan natin yan, mga ka-Fredsters, ano nga ba yung changes na nangyari, or ano nga ba yung pwedeng mangyari in the future kung makakapag-apply ba tayo as a Filipino teachers dito sa United Kingdom. And of course, mga ka-Fredsters, I'm going to answer questions as well. I received questions from my YouTube channel, and pag-usapan natin yan later on. So, may nag-send lang ng message sa atin dito sa Facebook page. Send us the link, ka-Freddy, for the live stream episode. So we're just going to make sure that our ka-Fredster is part of our YouTube Real Talk or Real Kwentuhan with ka-Freddy. Please make sure na you are, you like or you follow my Facebook page, which is Journey with Freddy. And maraming nagtatanong. So, sasagutin muna natin sila, mga ka-Fredsters. At least magiging part sila ng ating face magiging part sila ng ating kwentuhan. Ayan. Ayan. So, I hope, M. Deo Evangelista, you are already watching us dito sa live stream episode. I've sent you the link. So, I hope na nandyan ka. So, hindi ko alam. So, tignan natin kung nandyan na siya. All right. And I just sent a message. So, kung ayaw nyo gamitin yung comment section, you can feel free to send me a message on my Facebook page. Right. So, let's begin ang ating kwentuhan. So, or of course, please subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and please share our Facebook page or our channel para naman to spread out the news or to spread out to our kababayans na gustong magturo or gustong mag-work dito sa United Kingdom. And also mga professors, meron ako sa inyong sorpresa. And sana may request din ako sa inyo. I have this new Facebook. It's a Facebook profile, or it's like a Facebook channel. It's called Teacher Freddy. So you know for a fact that if teacher in the Philippines is Teacher Freddy, and this is all about reels. So this is the other part of ka-Freddy. So if you want to see real videos of ka-Freddy, please tune in. So and please follow. So that is Teacher Freddy TV. So for more exciting journeys with your teacher ka-Freddy. Now let us talk about the first area why Philippines is not part of the newly eligible countries to apply for QTS in England. Bakit nga ba? So sabi nila sa UK government website, the reason why they selected these 9 new countries is because meron na silang close tie sa UK government. Okay? So it means that meron na silang relationship. So building I mean relationship in terms of maybe standardization, teaching standardization. So maybe the country they selected are using a UK standard or what we call English standard teaching. So that's the reason why Philippines. This is actually one of the reasons why Philippines is not part of the uh, the newly eligible countries. So I know it's heartbreaking if you're going to feel like, all right, why Philippines again is not part of the teaching standard. Um, of course, mga ka-Fredsters, I discussed previously that our qualification is not really equivalent to a UK qualification. That is why most of the time I always said, I always advise our professors to um, to use NARIC or ENIC. At the moment, it's called ENIC, which is to see or to check the equivalency of your qualification. So, ito yung mga reasons. So, like I said, teachers from these countries already have substantial presence in the UK. So, most of the time they are either teaching assistant here or cover teachers. I know I work in a school setting, which is a state school in London or in England. And most of the time, I always observe these countries that are really active in terms of, as a teacher, teaching assistant, cover teacher on the mainstream. So I think that's one of the research. The second one is there is established interest in teaching in England in these countries. I think, of course, it's because of the population. Of course, you need to take into account that of course maraming Pilipino dito sa United Kingdom. Maraming Pilipino dito sa England or sa London specifically. However, yung community natin dito sa United Kingdom is not a community which is actually designed or known in the education sector. I know, like I discussed previously, maraming mga teachers, naging teachers dito, FE college or further education, mainstream, which they need to, of course, to have QTS. But medyo maliit yung community natin as you know, teaching wise. I mean, as a teacher. So that's one of the reason. And the third reason, we have a strong education and educational ties with the country in questions. So these are the results from the survey. Then if you notice as well, mga Fredsters, uh, UK teaching standards sometimes is if a country, for example, I'm going to give you an example, Hong Kong, which I'm going to use it later. Hong Kong has a a close tie with the United Kingdom, so they follow UK teaching standards, so to speak. So that is again one of the reason why Philippines is not part of the eligible countries. Right. We have a question here. I'm going to pop in this question from Angela. Do you also have teaching license in UK? Right, I'm going to post it here. Thank you for your question, Angela. It's not QTS is almost the same as teaching license. So for you, it's a qualification, is a portfolio which we discussed previously in our live stream with our ka-Fredster Jenny and ka-Fredster Hardy. And is there any exam? It's not. It's we don't really do any exams for. It's a qualification basically. It's not an exam base. Or in the Philippines we have this PRC, if I may remember. So it's uh it's either a 1 year course, a 1 year course to complete, and then you need to do teaching experience in a school settings, and then PRA will give you the how do you call it? The it's like a degree or it's like a license para sa atin. Yan. So I hope I answer your question, Ka-Fredster Angela. Right. The second topic or area that we're going to look at is why from 9 new countries it's actually now 7 eligible countries. What happened to those 2 countries? So remember, mga Friendsters, I'm going to give you this. I hope you can actually see it from your screen. And I highlighted Hong Kong and Ukraine. So previously, when I started my video or my vlog about QTS, newly eligible countries, I said that there are 9, which are Ghana, India, Jamaica, Nigeria, Singapore, South Africa, Zimbabwe. Then you've got Hong Kong and Ukraine. So now, Hong Kong and Ukraine are actually part of the old uh, uh, how do you call it, old standard on how to apply for QTS. So now this new 7 eligible, which are Ghana, India, Jamaica, Nigeria, Singapore, South Africa, Zimbabwe, they are actually using a new framework. I'm going to use the word new framework to apply for QTS. Ano yung implication? So ang implication niya is Hong Kong and Ukraine, they are now using what you call as it's like a more as straightforward, medyo maliit na yung requirements. So kung ano yung existing requirement for Australia, Canada, Gibraltar, New Zealand, Northern Ireland, Scotland, Switzerland, and the US. So yung uh, framework nila is gagamitin din ng Hong Kong and Ukraine. So, pag-uusapan natin yan, bibigyan ako ng example sa inyo later on. So, para mas malinaw sa ating lahat ang ating kwentuhan. Right. Thank you sa like, Ka-Fraser Karen Di Mapilis. Maraming salamat. Thank you sa heart. ka-Fredster Angela, ka-Fredster Evangelista, and ka-Fredster Jose. Yan. And uh, so GT, well, get into teaching website. You will notice as well mga ka-Fredsters. I'm going to put the websites as well, yung mga ginagamit kong website para meron kayong understanding din. Ang ginagamit nila is, or dun sa website nila mismo is merong separate for Ukraine. And I think it is because of what happened as well in Ukraine, and marami na ngayong nag-migrate from Ukraine to UK, so they opened this opportunity as well for Ukrainians, sorry, to apply for QTS. So I think that's the reason why they move, Ukraine from nine eligible countries to the existing way to apply for QTS. Then of course Hong Kong, like I said previously, sila yung meron talagang close tie with United Kingdom. Right. What's going to be the application process? And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you an overview on how you're going to apply for QTS. I'm going to give you an example, mga ka-Fredsters. I hope, I know that maybe most of you've already used the UK government website, but to those who have not done or used, the UK government website, this is what you're going to experience. So um, I'm going to cover three countries. So of course, our country, Philippines. Then the second one is Hong Kong and Singapore. So Hong Kong is part of the newly eligible, but now moved to the existing process of acquiring QTS, whereas Singapore is still part of this newly eligible, which is yung 7 countries. And if you use if you type in on the government website Philippines, automatically it will give you are not eligible to apply for qualified teacher status in England. So what does it mean? At the bottom part of the description as well, or dun sa result, the UK government is going to review, or DFE is going to review its legislation for other countries. So by the end of 2023, they're going to open it to other countries, which actually Philippines is included. And that's the reason why they are opening this IQTS, which I am going to explain to you on my next episode. At least we have an in-depth discussion ano nga ba yung IQTS, and how Filipinos could actually apply to this IQTS, and ano nga ba mangyayari after 2023. So maraming mga question doon. As a Filipino teacher, maraming question. So that's the reason why I use Philippines as an example here. Now I'm going to use Hong Kong now as an example. So the first question, so the same page ang makikita niyo. If you type in Hong Kong there and you press continue, what's going to happen is you will go to this question. Do you have a teaching qualification that was completed in Hong Kong? It's like a flow chart, mga ka-Fredsters. Of course, if you say no, definitely you are not eligible to apply for QTS. That's basic. However, if you select yes, then it will go to the second page, which is if your degree is it's like pwede bang gamitin yung degree mo to teach uh, in another subject. So like I said, mga professors, here in the UK or here in England, I'm going to maybe focus more on England. There is a demand in terms of computing teacher, science teacher, and math teacher. So yun yung mga basic na or major, I would say, primary subjects that UK or DFE are looking for. So if your degree comprised of subjects that could actually be transferable, then And then of course you're going to qualify. If you, again, if you press no, you don't qualify. If you press yes, you go to the next page of the question. So that's the second. The third question is, are you qualified to teach children who are aged somewhere between 5 to 16 years old? Now, this is very important, mga professors, because if you're going to notice, later on, I'm going to discuss these 7 newly eligible countries. Um, 5 to 16 means that you can actually teach primary, secondary, and post 16. Okay, so that's the reason why the age range is 5 to 6. So it means that sixth form you can actually teach there, and you can actually gain a QTS or qualified teaching status. So again, if you say no, this is again the drawback. If you're going to say no, definitely you're not eligible. But of course, if you're going to say yes, it goes to the next question. The next question is how long you've been employed as a recognized teacher. Now, there are three sections or selections here: under 9 months, 9 months to 20 months, or more than 20 months. So if you're going to select under 9 months, definitely mga ka-Fredsters, you are not eligible to teach, or you're not eligible to qualify for QTS. But if you select the second one, or which is 9 months to 20 months, it only shows that you can actually teach. However, there's an introduction, or what we call it's like a it's the yeah it's called statutory introduction. In QTS, mga Fredsters, once you gain the qualification, we have what we call NQT, or newly qualified teaching status. So it's like you need to complete it for a year. So almost the same as if you have experience registered teacher between 9 to 12 months. If it means to me, the interpretation here is you have NQT status. Then, of course, if you have more than 20 months uh, as a registered teacher, then you're going to have a QTS, or you are qualified for a QTS. So again, if you select the first one, definitely, mga professors, you are not eligible for QTS. If you select 9 to 12 months, you are eligible. However, you have this statutory induction. And then if you have more than 20 months, it means that you qualify for QTS. Again, mga professors, if you have any questions, please pop in. And I hope this episode gives you uh, an insight on how to apply for QTS. Um, do you have this the next question here is, do you have any sanctions or restrictions on your employment record? Now, mga professors, this is what we call CRB here in the UK, or criminal record, or DBS, before it's called DBS. No, actually, previously they call it CRB, and now they call it DBS. So it's a criminal record if you have a uh, say record that you are not allowed for, I mean, to have a contact with uh, age group of say 7 to 16. So that's actually a criminal record. It means that you cannot really teach in an education settings. So again, it's like a flow chart. If you say no, uh, you are not well, you are eligible. Yeah, of course, this one is different. If you say yes, that you have a sanction, of course, you are not eligible. Like I said, in the UK, it is very important. Safeguarding is very important, and child protection is very important. So, may ideally you are teaching in the mainstream, and in the mainstream teaching, especially in the state school, you have vulnerable students or pupils or young adults. So it is important for the UK government or DFE to ensure that you have the right to teach, and you don't have any criminal record, and uh, or safeguarding issues. I'm going to say the word safeguarding issues with children. Of course, if you completed everything in there, you are eligible, then you can actually apply. Make sure that you have all your requirements with you, and then you can upload it through this website as well. And I hope everything is clear here. And if you are in Singapore, okay, if your qualification is actually in the seven new now seven before previously is nine, now it's seven newly eligible countries such as Nigeria, Ghana, including Singapore. What makes it differs to the existing QTS application is there are two actually. First one is are you qualified to teach children age 11 to 16 years old? So this section, mga professors, if you're going to notice, is different from the standard framework. This one is from 11 to 16. It means that you are qualified within, this is my interpretation, mga professors, you are qualified within secondary teaching, okay, or secondary school, not a primary school or early years na tinatawag. So if you click yes, and of course it goes to criminal records as well, but this section is really bizarre to me. For me it's really bizarre because you need to make sure your degree or your teaching qualification qualifies to teach one of the following subjects. So make sure, mga kapresa, sa Philippines, in the Philippines, we have TOR, if I'm not mistaken, it's called TOR, where you have uh, yung breakdown ng mga subjects natin kasi nare-remember ko yung TOR ko, merong maths, English, science, and so on. So now they are saying that you need to make sure that you have maths there, or science, biology, chemistry, physics, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Latin, Mandarin, Russian, Spanish. So can you imagine, mga professor, you need to demonstrate as well within your degree that you can actually deliver any of these subjects. And I think those are the two section that differs the existing application. So medyo mahirap. Ito yung next or last topic natin. What does the future hold for overseas teachers? Ito yung mahirap, mga ka-professors, because it looks to me that once they open the QTS for other countries, I'm going to focus more on the Philippines because my heart belongs to Philippines and I'm Filipino. And uh, I think magiging ganito yung setup ng application natin. So instead of acquiring straight away the 5 to 16 age group, it might be in the future uh, we are only qualified to teach in the secondary. Now, merong nagtanong sa akin dito, what ka-Freddy, let me just pull out our ka-Fredsters question here. This is from Lawrence Carl Kindala. So, Lawrence asked, pwede ba makapunta sa UK para mag-teach kahit ang bachelor major na kinuha sa college or I major in Filipino? Ang my answer on that question, Professor Lawrence, is yes, because of, meron ka pa rin namang maths dyan eh. So, pwede ka pa rin naman magturo. Yun nga lang, kailangan mo mag-iba ng specialization if you're going to teach here in the UK. Either maths. I always advise, and I always been really not really proactive, but highlighting English, not English, sorry, but highlighting maths, computing, mainly because mahirap sa mga I know there are Filipinos around there that who's actually teaching English. Medyo mahirap para sa atin na makapag-apply as teacher sa mainstream, of course, because they are acquiring or they are requiring native English speakers. Uh, However, if you have an English qualification or English teaching degree, again, there's still math, biology, chemistry within your degree, university degree, which still you can actually use, and then switch it over to to uh, I mean your teaching specialty will be now from with either maths or computing. I'm not saying that hindi kayo pwede magturo. I'm just saying that it will be a challenge for you. It will be a difficult route for you to teach English uh, in the mainstream because, like I said, ito yung experience ko mga professors. They require uh, um, native English speakers. Um, Mahirap pero pwede ka namang mag-iba. Pwede ka pa rin naman maghanap ng, qualification. Now they said about Mandarin, plus factor kung, you can actually speak another language, such as French or I know I have some colleagues who are actually native English speakers. They don't teach English per se or GCSE English, but they are teaching GCSE French because they know the language. So maraming routes, maraming possibility. So make sure mga professors, your qualification or your UK university degree is going to cover those qualification. Now, they also, I'm thinking, dahil our qualification in the our qualification in the Philippines is not really equivalent to UK degree, and I think diyan papasok yung IQTS. Again, hindi ko pa alam. So I'm going to update you kung ano mangyayari. Pero nakikita ko is ipapasok nila yung IQTS dahil hindi hindi equivalent yung UK degree natin or yung Philippine degree natin to a UK degree. Right. May tanong dito si ka-Fredster Dina. Let's open this up. Ka-Freddy, puwede po bang makakapagturo ang isang guro galing Pilipinas diyan sa UK kahit walang experience abroad? Yes, of course. Yun yung sinasabi ko kanina na because are you a qualified teacher sa Philippines, Dina, if I may ask? Yeah, pwede mo siyang lagay sa comment if you want to. But like I said, if you are qualified teacher sa Philippines, hindi mo naman kailangan ng UK ng experience abroad. For as long as sabi naman dun sa framework, for as long as you are a qualified teacher in your country, for example, Philippines, then you are eligible. Yes. So Dina, are you a qualified teacher sa Pilipinas? Right. Wala pa siyang sagot. Pero may second question siya. In demand po ba ang science teachers diyan sa UK? Yes. Yes. Like I said, yung three primary teaching area, science, maths, and computing. Okay, para sa ating mga overseas teachers. Para sa ating mga overseas teachers. Like I said, like I said mga professors, hindi ko sinasabi na hindi pwede makapagturo ang English teachers dito. It's just that maraming hurdle kang kailangan mong mag-jump sa maraming hurdles because ang kalaban mo sa market is, native English speakers. Of course, I'm not saying that it's not possible. It's still possible. It's still possible. Okay? Um, para lang ma-eliminate yung mga frustrations natin in terms of, teaching. Right. Do you have any more questions, mga ka-Fredsters? Kung meron pa kayong mga questions. I hope I answered your question, ka-Fredster Dina. And I think if you are, starting at this stage to gain qualification or teaching qualifications at Philippines or teaching qualification in other countries, just make sure. My suggestion again, my suggestion, because we're looking at future uh, requirements for overseas teachers. So my suggestion is make sure that of course you are studying because yun yung gusto mong pag-aralan. Uh, of course, on the other hand, you should also balance it in the sense that uh, ano yung demand sa market. So yun yung aking preference. Yun yung aking preference. So I hope uh, for this episode, mga ka-Fresters, nakatulong itong ating episode. So, like I said, mga professors, before we close and before I say goodbye and say magandang weekend sa inyo diyan sa Pilipinas. Uh, I hope and I hope na nakatulong itong episode na to. I hope you have now an insight on how to become a teacher here in England. I hope that you have now an overview how you're going to apply. Now, please send me a message. I mean, a private message if you don't want to use the public comment section. Please send me a private message through my Facebook page, and I am happy to support you, and I'm happy to answer your questions. So I hope, mga professors, you enjoyed this episode. And our next topic, mga professors, our next live stream topic will be IQTS. Again, mga professors, it's high time for me to analyze this QTS because the QTS requirement because it's been there for a while now, which is going to be a month where when they publish it on the 1st of February. There are changes. There are constant changes, mga professors. That's why I'm trying to update myself as well on what are those changes, and I'm happy to share those changes with you, mga professors, just to make sure that you are updated. Then, kung gusto niyo talaga makapunta dito sa United Kingdom. So, maraming maraming salamat, mga professors, for tuning in and for staying for roughly 43 minutes. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. And I hope you're going to have a lovely weekend with your families. So maraming maraming salamat, mga professors. Once again, this is your ka-Freddy. This is your ka-Freddy, your teacher at your service. Maraming salamat, and always remember that every day is a journey. Bye!